Hello, I'm Yehudit Steinberg, certified Zentangle instructor, and I have been guiding you through Inktober Tangles 2022. We are on day 27, and the pattern we're going to learn today is Narfello by Rick Roberts, a Zentangle co-founder. Now, this series has been one where we have two parts. And the first part is called the Step Out. And in Zentangle, it was founded to make it very easy for us to recreate a pattern, even if we have never drawn anything before. And so what I decided, because all the step outs for this challenge are in all kinds of different places. And so what I did was, let's see. So what I did was, okay. So here's a step out. You have 6 steps. There are, in Zentangle method, there are no more than 6 steps of a basic elemental line that would be either I, C, S, O. So we say that if you can write that, you can probably learn how to draw the Zentangle because we've broken it down step by step. I've created a beginner's guide. This is a beginner's channel, and I created a beginner's guide for this Inktober challenge, and the link is in the description because I've included a template that has the step out. I have a download that has the supplies that we used and a link to the official guide that has more information on each of the patterns, plus a Facebook group that you can join to get a chance to see what others are doing. And so the guide is complete, and we are on day 27, Narfello. Narfello is kind of a focus tangle. It took me a little while to I had to do it a couple of times to kind of get the feel for it. That's why I like to do step outs. And but it is a movement tangle. So if you want movement in your art piece, Narfello is one of the tangles that you can use. So let's jump over to the studio, and we're going to first take a look at the mandala I've been creating, and it's almost complete, which is really exciting. Look at that. You know, I had no idea, and that's one of the things about Zentangles. We start one line at a time, and then voila. So there will be 31 different patterns. It's in the mandala, and it's really looking quite interesting. And so I hope that you have been creating along with me. If not, you can certainly start. It doesn't have to be October. What we are going to do today is first we're going to start with our step out. And this is the step out. This is a 2-inch, what we call bijou tangle, a bijou tile. And I put all the patterns on the bijou tile, and I will be showing that at the end of the video, because what I decided to do, they came out so great. I decided that I'm going to also frame those because they look so cool. All right. So the way we start is we start with creating. Now, if you have the template, you don't have to do anything. Just you'll start in one of the boxes, but I'm creating a 4x6 box with these cards so that they are portable and easy to come with me. And also I'll add Inktober Tangles every year to this specific box. So now this is a stencil that I got on Etsy. And at the end of this challenge, I am going to update my supplies. I may do a video in the first week in November. I think maybe that's what I will do. And I will feature all of the products and the materials and supplies that I use during this challenge, because I keep getting questions about that all the time. And I want to be able to have that available for you so that you can organize. And I'm going to do a special video in November on how I organize my my patterns. Because if you are serious about Zentangle like me, after it won't take long for you to have a number of different patterns, and then you're going to wonder how am I going to keep it organized so that I can have access to it while I'm drawing, and when I have the inspiration, and not have to go searching online on the phone, because if you're always online, kind of defeats the purpose of getting into a Zen moment. And that is, the process is, I think, one of the main features of Zentangle. So I don't really want to be on my phone. I want to put my music on and I want to relax, maybe a cup of tea or coffee. I like to do my drawing in the morning. So I like to have a cup of coffee and I like to draw, but I listen to my music. I have Spotify playlists that I have created that I will also be giving those people that my students, and also those of you that have joined the list. So you can have some music in the background while you draw. But music is also very personal. So I like relaxing, calming music. I like things that, but not a Muzak sort of thing. And other people like other things. So you can create your own Spotify playlist too and put it on in the background. So here's a step out. And the way we do step outs, if you've joined in before, you're familiar with this. If you haven't, then we use a contrasting color to signify what we're adding new to the step out. And we're going to start, and we start with a wavy line. Wave. Then we come over to step 2, and we're going to recreate that wavy line. Now, you may say, oh, why are you taking the time? Maybe this seems a bit boring to you, but trust me that drawing this pattern a number of times will introduce you to the pattern, because you're not going to, this is a long game, you're not going to get there without practice. I started Zentangle I found it during COVID, and I was so happy to be able to find a system that I could draw these kinds of patterns that would teach me how to draw these types of patterns. Because I don't know about you, but I was a coloring book person. I loved to color during the craze. But then during COVID, I was like, I want to draw my patterns and then color them. So I went searching, and I don't know exactly how I found it. Probably Google or YouTube. And I was hooked. So that's step 2. Now we're going to draw this in black in this space here, and I will show you the next step. I found a book. I think it was a tangle of day for 40 days. And I had just come off of a pilgrimage journey that lasted 49 days. And I felt pretty good. I could complete that 49 days. I wasn't drawing, but I was I hadn't really done that before. And so I knew that commitment to a process equals success. And so I decided that was what I needed to work on. And since we were all going to be hunkered down in our house for a while, I decided that the Zentangle drawing would be my commitment, and I haven't stopped. And so that was back in 2020, and now we're headed into 2023, and I'm now a certified Zentangle instructor. It's not my first art rodeo. I've taught classes in sculpture for kids using Fimo and Sculpey. And I've taught drawing before when I was younger. So it was a return. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come and we're going to give ourselves a line here. I'm going to put it in a little bit, but I have to be really careful the way I move underneath this camera, and I'm trying to get trying to figure out the height of the camera so that I don't have any blurring. So if there is some blurring, we're working on it. This is a new channel. I'm really new to drawing on camera, so bear with me. And okay, so I'm going to draw this here again, and then we're going to put these lines all the way across. So let's do that again. So this is also would be a focus tangle, because you want to pay attention, because you can get, if you can lose your place if you aren't paying attention and stop and go on your phone or take a phone call or whatever. It's really good to give yourself some uninterrupted time to do your drawing and to do this practice to get the most out of it. That's when you get your Zen flow. And there's a lot of benefits that I will also be talking about in having Zen flow, because it really assists you in your creativity. The more Zen flow you can have. So we're going to come across. And I would suggest that you even play with the distance, but this is the basic pattern. But you can play with the distance between these lines and how it can change the pattern. So let's draw this pattern again, and we'll go on to the next step. But as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You just need to keep your attention on what you're doing. And that's what really helps you build focus. Today, we're just really called so many different places, and with our phones and social media and dinging for announcements and this and that, we tend to get a little bit out of balance. So I find Zentangle a wonderful way to relax, be creative, and have some meditative time, because the drawing distracts my mind that wants to keep running. I have a mind that is like super active. I don't know if you have that, but I do. So I find that just a sitting meditation doesn't necessarily do it for me. I also, especially when I was younger, had dance meditation, and that worked too. So this is going to come, we're going to come from here to here. From here to here. There we go. From here to here. I'm wondering if I saw this in some okay, so that's that step. And then we're going to draw one more time over here, and I'll show you the next step, and then we're going to draw on the mandala, and that's as easy as it is. Now, I mentioned it's a beginner's channel. If you are at all interested in really moving forward with your Zentangle practice, I have a 4-week beginner's class. It's really in-depth. It's a lot of material that you won't find online. And so if you're interested in that, I'm going to be be starting a class shortly. So make sure you get on my list. Okay, so here we go. I find this a little tricky. So go there Then we come here, it goes here. It's kind of a takeoff and land. That's what we call it in Zentangle. And then we're going to bring it down again. There we go. And I suppose if you want, you can bring it here this way. It has a lot of movement. It looks to me like a line dance. Okay, so we're going to name it Narfello. And so we are finished with the step out for day 27. And this was Rick Roberts, a co-founder of Zentangle. And Rick also created Diva Dance, and that this kind of reminds me, but it's much different. I'm gonna put a Z here, and but it has the movement like this as well. So thank you for drawing with me or watching the step out. We're now going to move to the mandala, and we're going to draw it on the mandala. So let me get part 2 is the mandala. This is the tangle template, and you can get that template in the beginner's guide, link in the description. This is the mandala we've been filling in. So let's go back into the studio and take a look at the mandala. Okay. So here's the mandala we've been working on. Look at that. And right here, I'm going to put in this Narfello. I'm going to have to move it over a little bit or down so I can get at it. It's really important to have your paper the way you it's comfortable for your hand. I'm going to start, and I have done this. I actually took out the wrong, well, we'll put it right here. Seems to want to go here. Next to the ICU. Okay. So I'm going to draw in all right. So that's how it's going to go. Let's get the All right, so we're going to start to connect these lines together. I'm going to take off and land here. When we do that, we call it a take off and land. That's kind of a big one, but that's the way it goes. I'm going to try right here. So I don't know if I want that big of a deal, but we'll just see how it works. And then take off and land. Yeah. Well, I'm going to come back this way. Now the lines are a little shaky and we'll fix that out. I'm going to give it playing here. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but there we go. So now I have some spaces that I can fill in and give it some character. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to do what we call an aura, which is just outline parallel on these. And these spaces are places, well, you can use it for shading. You can also put little designs in them. So what I did with a couple of them, and I'm not going to do all of them on this video, but I'm going to show you. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give this and I'm going to look and see if there's another place I could do that. Maybe here. I'm going to try to get closer and hope that it still stays in focus because my hand is in the way. But I'll do my best on this. Got it? Maybe I'm just gonna give myself some of these. And I'm just gonna continue to play with this and put some things, some different embellishments. Maybe I'll do a few lines here and then come back. I could shade it. I like that. Okay, where do we go? Here we are. Wow. All right, so it's starting to fill in. I'm going to leave some of them solid and others, I think I want to try this. And then, okay, so I'm going to finish this. So I'll continue to work on that. I don't want this video to be too long. I've shown you how to make the step out. I've shown you how I started to put it in here. You can see that I've added some different coloring, and I need to sit with it a little bit and see now that it's almost full. I want to see what's gonna work best for the whole design. You can see that I've started to shade and it's taking some dimension, and I'd like it to have some of that. And we have 4 more videos until we're done, and that's pretty exciting. So I'm going to send you on your way. You can download the okay, you can download the Zentangle app in the App Store. It's free if you're not posting your work, and you can search for Narfello. I'm not sure if there's that much of it there. I think there is. It depends. Some of these tangles are so new or not that popular that until Inktober, they were hard to find. That's why I created the beginner's guide. So you can get that in the link is in the description. Tomorrow we will be back for day 28, and that will, I'm not quite sure what that is. It's going to be a mystery because I forgot to put it in here. And we will see you next time. Hey, if you like this channel, and I've got a lot of great videos coming up, I'm going to be doing supply and product reviews, and I will be showing other techniques. So, and if there's something that you'd like me to do a video on, that's a beginner's video, put it in the comments. And I'm doing my schedule to the end of the year. So I want to, so let me know. I'm Yehudit Steinberg, certified Zen Tangle instructor, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining in the email and getting the beginner's guide. I hope this has been really helpful for you, and I will be back again shortly.